An alien scarab chooses college graduate Jaime Reyes to be its symbolic host, bestowing the teenager with a suit of armor that's capable of extraordinary and unpredictable powers.
Let's distract ourselves from the fact that I have red crabs by reviewing Blue Beetle. You know what I'm tired of?
Hot take.
I am tired of being able to know what's going to happen in a movie as I'm watching the movie.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it.
That is one thing about Blue Beetle is like, we get it.
Like,
we got it.
it's like every story beat that they're setting up, you already see the payoff before you even see the setup for it.
The dad says 3 lines and Mike is like,
yeah, the dad is dead. Like you said, he got Uncle Ben. That's kind of where like my trepidation lies, is because this movie is clearly going to be important to many people. Representation matters. And that was the best part of this movie to me, was seeing the Latino culture, smelling the food that was on screen, hearing the music. I loved it. And it was filmed really beautiful and the shots were good and it was very colorful, but like the story, it was just so generic, and it was I've seen it before.
I think that's really just going to be the Achilles heel of this movie. It doesn't do anything like necessarily wrong. It doesn't do anything enough to make it stand out amongst the rest of the superhero craze. Like, this really didn't even
scratch the surface. Blue Beetle is such a fucking cool character, especially in like the cartoons and the comics. Like
there's so much left to explore.
And in a broader scope of the DC universe, he can play a major role. I'm still excited to see that. I hope that's where they go with this character, because there's so much depth to him.
We had to get this origin story told to build further on that character. We might have something cool on our hands. So
right.
Something that does like stick out and stand out in the bigger scheme of things. And like maybe the climate for superhero movies is a little more tolerable at that time too. So we'll see where it goes.
Being a fan of Blue Beetle from the animated shows and games like Injustice and Injustice 2, seeing his suit morph and like look like the accurate versions of his weapons and shit was really fucking cool.
That's like the satisfying
like
part.
his hand cannons, it was like, oh yeah, that looks like especially since they nailed the suit. I enjoyed the internal dialogue with him and the suit too. I was worried it was going to be like a Jarvis situation, but it really wasn't like that.
No, it was a good balance. Zolo Maridueña like did hold it together. I think he delivered really good performances. For me, it was really the villains that were the lackluster performances here.
I feel like there was some cool ideas behind the villains, especially behind Conrad's character and him growing up and his family being taken from him and killed in front of him. Like, I feel like if they were to run a parallel story between him and Jaime and show the differences and the similarities between the two and built up their relationship, then the villains would have had more of an impact for sure.
Could have been way more impacting at the end, and like it felt like a CW show kind of when it came to the villain. I think that's why Blue Beetle at the end of the day is gonna have to ride the line at a solid 5 for us here at Couch Lock.
I don't think people are gonna like this one.
Look, we have to be honest.
We have to be honest. We're honest with ourselves.
You know, honestly, we could go a while longer without any sort of superhero film.
Well, we actually do have Invincible coming soon.
Invincible and The Boys gets a pass.
Well, I mean, I guess that's what we're talking about here, is where like that's the exception because of that alternate take on it.
The seedy side.
yeah, for sure.
The seedy side of superheroes. That's what I want. The gore.
The gore.
The guts.
I want the corruption.
The vengeance.
The psychosis.
The orgies.